The matchup for Super Bowl 50 is locked in and ready to go. The Denver Broncos will take on what is looking like an unstoppable Carolina Panthers squad that is led by surging quarterback Cam Newton. On this episode of the Pylon, we are going to dissect what makes this 17-1 Panthers team so dominant. You better buckle up your seatbelts and make sure your airbags are working because this supercharged edition of the Pylon's coming at you head on. We only have a week left of football, and it almost feels like we are just now giving the Panthers a respect they rightfully deserve. Despite finishing the regular season 15-1 and Cam Newton's MVP caliber campaign, there were still some people that were hesitant to crown the Panthers as the best team in the NFL at the beginning of the playoffs. There were some people that were not quite ready, myself included. They were not quite ready to hop off the Seattle Seahawks bandwagon despite the team's early season struggles. The late season surge by the Seahawks, coupled with an elite stretch of play by quarterback Russell Wilson, was too reminiscent of the old Legion of Boom days. Another popular Super Bowl pick for the NFC was the Arizona Cardinals. One could say the Cardinals actually garnered more attention as the best team in the NFC, despite finishing as the number 2 seed behind the Panthers. However, when it came time to play, the Panthers weren't playing. The Panthers absolutely pasted both teams and thrashed them out of the playoffs for good. And the scary thing is, there does not seem to be a weakness in this entire squad. They are set with playmakers at every level of their defense. On the defensive line, you have tackle Kawan Short, who enjoyed a Pro Bowl caliber year with 11 sacks. Their linebacking core consists of the NFL's best tackling duo in Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. These two backers are the backbone of this Carolina defense, and they play tough, active, and all over the field. There's over 200 tackles, 6 sacks, and 8 interceptions between the two of these studs. Now we move up to Thieves Avenue, which features a secondary that led the league in takeaways. As quarterbacks sift through this avenue of burglars, they try their best to avoid Norman's corner at all costs. Yes, brash cornerback Josh Norman has enjoyed his coming out party at just the right time during a contract year. He is this year's premier lockdown cornerback, and much like his counterpart Richard Sherman, he isn't afraid to let you know how good he is. Moving on to the other side of the ball, this Panthers offense has taken many people by surprise. Despite lacking a true number 1 receiver due to the loss of Kelvin Benjamin, this Panthers offense puts up a bevy of points on an offense that is centered around misdirection and Cam Newton's Superman abilities. It features the number 2 rushing offense that is about as complex as it gets. A lot has to be accounted for to be able to stop this Panthers run game. They are capable of running an attack on the legs of Jonathan Stewart and Cam Newton's freight train running style that features both power and zone read concepts. This sets up the play action aspect of the offense that can get downright dangerous. It features burners Ted Ginn and Corey Brown streaking on the outside. Ginn, although he does struggle with drops at times, is a home run hitter that brought down a career-high 10 touchdowns while turning in a whopping 16.8 yards per catch. The focal point of this offense, though, is Cam Newton and his childlike swagger. It absolutely radiates through the entire team, and he is finally coming into his own and realizing his immense potential. He looks like he was built in the classic football scientific lab. He's built like a defensive end, he runs like Jerome Bettis, and he has an absolute cannon of an arm. He's always had the physical tools to succeed, but he needed to come into his own as a pocket passer to reach that next level, and this season he's done just that. He tossed a career-high 35 touchdowns to go along with 10 scores on the ground, making him probably the most dangerous offensive weapon in the league. There is a certain energy that is radiating throughout this entire Carolina Panthers team. The only people that they haven't taken by surprise this year is themselves. They are a confident bunch that is playing with a team-first mentality, and most importantly, they're just having fun on the football field. The Denver Broncos are in for a challenge despite having more star power. The Carolina Panthers are the clear favorite to take the Lombardi Trophy back to Carolina, and if I were a betting man, I'd count on seeing Cam Newton's childish-like grin on our TV screens on the months that follow the big game.